What's up, guys? So I was outside for the second day in a row doing yard work. Yesterday I pulled out a bunch of bushes and weeds and roots and stuff. Today, same thing. Had to chop through a bunch of roots and then pull them up. And while I was doing that, I got the butt pain. And it's a butt pain that I've had maybe once before ever. It felt like a cramp in my butt, but as I tried to obviously keep pushing through it, I started getting a little more pain down my butt cheek and then into my leg, which clued me off to, hey, this might be a sciatic nerve kind of thing, like sciatica, but it's not quite chronic, it's just sciatic nerve pain. So what I want to do was come on down to the basement and show you how I'm going to try to get rid of this butt pain. It may work, it may not. It's kind of a weird thing, right? Because we know the sciatic nerve runs from your spine down through your butt into your leg. And in that massive muscle up in your butt cheek somewhere, something's pushing on it. Could be the piriformis, could be something else, but I'm gonna work on it a little bit, and I just wanna show you guys how I'm gonna go through that. We'll do a little bit of sped up kind of time-lapse thing, but the first thing I'm gonna do is use the gun. I just got this thing probably like 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it on my back and shoulders, but I've been kind of afraid to use it on my legs just because of its intensity of it. The thing got 6 levels of intensity. So I'm gonna try that out first. Then I'm gonna use a foam roller. I'll show you some stretches and we'll see if I can get rid of this butt pain. Kind of go from there, all right? So enjoy. All right, so I tried using the gun and it hit a couple spots. I found there was some tender spots around like my hip ball and socket, so the actual joint where your femur goes in your hip, kind of on the top edge of that, a little bit of tension, a little bit where the piriformis would kind of be if you found it with a lacrosse ball or foam roller. My hamstrings are feeling it, so I found out as soon as I went down to the hamstring, I felt it there. So those are all things that kind of play into tension in your butt and your butt cheek. It can be pulled from anywhere. An old video I did about back pain was like, I likened it to tying a knot in a rubber band, where the knot's in the center of the rubber band, but it's getting pulled on by each side. So you got to loosen up these things over here before you're going to tie the knot in the center. So I'm going to go through the foam roller now. Just do a piriformis roll, is that figure 4 position I kind of did with the massage gun. Go up and down my hamstrings a little bit, and then I'll move on to some stretching and mobilization stuff after that. Now the foam roller is right over here. It looks like a Bulgarian split squat device, but it is, but it's also not. So let me grab my foam roller. That was way more intense. That one I felt for sure. The way to get to that piriformis is to put yourself in that figure 4 position. You can kind of lay your leg out to the side and maybe get it a little bit. So if I was just on the roller and I go just out to the side and roll, you can get a little bit. But bring your leg up here, oh, kind of uncovers it. And that is a really, really tender spot. Now, it's not always the best idea to roll over the exact spot where the problem is. If that muscle is already spasming or damaged or something like that, or if the nerve is really getting pushed on directly from that area, it may do a little bit more irritation to it. I'm not really sure what's pushing on the nerve right now. I'm also not entirely sure it's that nerve causing the issue. It's my best guess. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a measured approach. I'm trying to find things that are overly tight or feel like they're pulling double duty or feel like that could be the issue, and hopefully by working on those a little bit, the other problem kind of clears up by collateral. So last thing I'm gonna do is, we did the gun, did the foam roller. I'm just gonna do some quick stretches. They're gonna look like this kind of movements I already did. and then just go through a little bit of a loading sequence on it, just to work the muscle a little bit. Not gonna load it up heavy today. If I do a workout, I'll kind of avoid it a little bit, but just get some decent range of motion through my hips and my butt and my lower back and my hamstrings, just to keep the area moving. All right, so just a little bit of a movement thing for today. I can still feel a little bit tense in there, a little bit tight. It's not gonna be like a light switch. You're not gonna be able to do 10 minutes worth of moving around and all of a sudden, like, it's all better. I was also kind of brief, just because I wanted to not make too long a video, so I'm actually gonna go back now and do the gun, the foam roller, and the stretches on the other side as well. See if I have an imbalance there or see what's going on. So, but going at it kind of a smart way and trying to figure out what's tight in there, what's kind of not feeling so great, can oftentimes just start you down the path of releasing that tension or helping out that nerve not be so compressed in there. Now, if you're not familiar with anything or any way to help yourself, blindly searching for it can also be pretty dangerous. So I wouldn't say just kind of watch this video and do exactly what I did. I'm going off a lot of a feel, a lot of prior education on it, a lot of trial and error with myself and other clients. So I'm doing stuff that I think is gonna work, and I might be totally wrong, and it might be totally wrong for you. So if you don't have that insight or that history or that education, reach out to a coach, reach out to a physical therapist, a trainer. Find someone that can kind of get you down the right path of how to help your problems a little bit. You can always reach out to me. Obviously, you're on my channel now or watching on YouTube. fourthshiftfit@gmail.com. Find me on Instagram, Fourth Shift Fitness, any of that stuff. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.